The San Antonio Spurs were back in action on Thursday at home hosting the New York Knicks, and by the time the game was over, the Spurs ended up winning this game against the Knicks by 7 points. What's up, everyone? This is Paul Garcia with Project Spurs. Let's jump right into this game between the Spurs and the Knicks. So as we can see here, the Spurs got pretty comfortable lead about midway through the second quarter. They started going up by double digits, and they basically maintained that lead for most of the game. Now, New York did not want to basically let the Spurs win this game. They're down at the wire. They just kept going back and forth there in the final minutes of the game. But the Spurs never let it get within crunch time. The Knicks never got it within 5 points or less. So San Antonio continued to find answers, and we'll talk about some players in this game who ended up helping the Spurs achieve this victory, even with the team being without Devin Vassell as he was on the injured list. All right, let's keep going through this game here. All right, so let's go through some analysis. So first of all, leading scorers for the Spurs, you had Keldon Johnson go for 30 points in this game, 16 points attacking the paint, just continued to relentlessly attack the Knicks' defense inside. Also 9 points from the three-point line. That's he made a few threes here in this game. Romeo Langford goes off for a career-high 23 points, 18 points attacking the paint. He got to start in this game at the 2 since Vassell was out, and he made the most of his opportunity. So Romeo Langford had a really great night attacking the Knicks' defense. Trey Jones out there off the bench with 13 points, 8 points in the paint. He was really crucial there in those final few minutes when New York was trying to get the game into crunch time, but they quite couldn't because Trey could continue to find answers against their defense. Jeremy Sohan, the rookie, with 12 points, 8 points in the paint, again, continues to increase his aggressiveness on offense is what we've noticed here, and we talked about that on the Spurs cast. Then multiple other players off the bench there. The big key for the Spurs was winning the paint. They won the paint by 20 points, 62-42. And as we talk about their defense here in a bit, there was a crucial part of their defense was keeping the Knicks out of the paint and really having them struggle there. When we look at the Knicks, you had Julius Randle, who goes off for 41 points, 16 points from the paint, also 18 points from the three-point line. Then Emmanuel quickly started at the one with Jalen Brunson out, and he ends up with 36 points in the night, 15 from the three-point line and 10 from the paint. Evan Fournier off the bench there with 11 points from the Knicks, so they just didn't have a lot of other scoring to help out Randle and quickly, and a lot of that can be contributed to the Spurs' defense. Okay, so what sticks out to me when we look at the analysis of the shot location and some other stats, the Spurs made 60% of their shots in the paint. So again, really efficient when they did attack the paint. They attacked the paint a lot with 59% of their shots there. When they did take threes, the Spurs, they actually made them pretty well, 39% accuracy for their three-point shot. They also got to the free throw line more than usual, and they end up making 21 free throws against the Knicks' defense. Now, when we look at the Knicks, the big thing for them was that only 50% of their shots came from the paint, but also when they got into the paint and they tried to attack the Spurs were really good defensively against them. They held them to 47% shooting there in the paint, and so the Knicks just had a tough time on twos overall. They shot less than a point per shot there at the two-point line. Anything else that sticks out to me? I would just say, again, the big key here is the fact that the Spurs won the paint there by so much that it made up for their lack of not winning the three-point line. So they're now they've now won their third game when losing the three-point line. I don't have the exact stat. I think it's like 3-19 now when they lose the three-point line. So that was good for them. The fact that they lost the three-point line, but hey, they had such a huge advantage there on the inside that they ended up winning that game. As far as points off turnovers, that also Spurs there had a 6-point advantage. So that's some quick analysis of the inside scoring. All right, so who were the three standout players for the Spurs? Keldon Johnson, like I mentioned, had a really great night. So he ends up playing 32 minutes, 30 points on 21 shot attempts, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 fouls, 2 turnovers, and 2 of the team's two blocks. So that was key for Keldon that he had that 2 blocks there. Romeo Langford, like I said, has a career scoring night. So he ends up with I should say 23 points, my apologies. 28 minutes, 23 points on 16 shots, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 foul, and 2 steals and 1 turnover. And then Trey Jones, again, just that very quiet, just balanced kind of a player that he is, that brings what he brings to the team in different areas of rebounding and passing, and also scoring when they need him to score the Spurs. So 33 minutes for Trey, 13 points on 13 shot attempts, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 foul, and then 2 turnovers and 1 block. Again, Trey there as a 1, getting a block that was key for San Antonio. And then now the Spurs finish up their week on Saturday. They host the Dallas Mavericks, who are 20-16, 5th out west. And then from there, that will wrap up the year of 2022 for San Antonio. And then, of course, they have a bunch of games coming up in 2023. So for Project Spurs, I am Paul Garcia.